All right. So for my this is public health Photovoice campaign. You guys will all be shocked to hear that I chose to do it on Bozeman, Montana, because it is the lovely town in which we all live. So my first picture here is a little bit of a unique one, I think, to Bozeman. It's a picture of groomed skiing tracks in the Sunset Hills area that's actually just right next to the hospital where we all work. And I just think that this is a really nice example of public health specific to places like Bozeman, because in the winter times there is free access to anyone who wants it to ski on nicely groomed tracks. And I think it just speaks to the fact that this community values its outdoor activities and physical health, and just feels unique to Bozeman to have access to groomed ski tracks. This next picture is our lovely downtown, which I always think of when I think of Bozeman. We have a really nice, it might be a little bit small, but it has a lot of really awesome local businesses and restaurants and shops and experiences that draw in a lot of tourism. It helps the community and the economy here in Bozeman. And I will say over the last few years, I've noticed more small businesses going out of business, and those downtown venues being replaced by some of bigger companies like Lululemon and stuff like that, which has its pros and cons. But overall, this picture was taken just outside of Wild Joe's, which is a locally owned coffee shop. Overall, there's still a lot of local businesses that make downtown a really nice community area. And you can see that the Christmas decorations are up right now because in preparation for the Christmas stroll, which is a really nice public event for the community to come and celebrate all together. And then I also wanted to highlight Pete's Hill. This is a part of Bozeman that has a special place in my heart. You can see in the picture on the left, it offers an easily accessible way to hike on dirt and on snow and on trails with your loved ones and your dogs and stuff like that year-round. It's a nice way to get a little bit above town and look out over town. And you also happen to run into, every time you go, just about half of the people in Bozeman. I feel like every time I walk there. It's Bozeman's unofficial dog park. And then on the right-hand side, I took this picture on a run one day. And I think it's a really nice example that Pete's Hill is also, as well as being a place to get outdoor exercise, it also offers an area for the community to have gatherings. This one was a celebration of the Native American community in Bozeman and in Montana, which I just thought was really nice. We also have a public library that is wonderful. It's where studious, cute nursing students can come and get their homework done and make funny faces at the camera. It's a really, really amazing space. It's free to anyone. It's quiet, it's relaxing, and it also offers a place of refuge for homeless people in Bozeman to come and warm up and relax a little bit while still feeling safe. I think that some people have a conception that if homeless people are allowed to go there, that they won't feel safe, but it absolutely does feel like a very safe place to go, and it's nice to know that there's some warm places for or homeless population to sleep at or to spend the day and stuff like that. We also have, I would say, more than our fair share of breweries and coffee shops, most of them locally owned. And I think it just goes to show that Bozeman really values their beer and their coffee and their pizza and their food. And it's a really nice place for people to gather and make weird faces at cameras. And then I am probably slightly biased because I worked at this chocolate shop for 3.5 years, but I also would just like to highlight the fact that Bozeman has an extremely high quality, incredible chocolate shop, which I think is extremely important for public health and mental health and well-being. And then I just wanted to highlight this picture because I think that it speaks to some of the pros and cons of Bozeman. You'll notice in the picture that this kind of what looks on the outside like a old rundown kind of barn almost building is actually a spa, which I think that it kind of highlights the trend that Bozeman is going down a little bit, where we have this history of rural ranching communities, Western communities, but we're gradually starting to get more and more affluent. It's becoming way more expensive to live here. And, while I love the juxtaposition in this picture of a spa being in this building, I do think that it speaks to some of the challenges we have public health wise of living in Bozeman. Namely, I think the biggest one we face is housing expenses. The cost of living here is making it hard for people who have lived here for a long time to continue to afford to live here, and it's kind of pushing people out, which is unfortunate. And it's tough because as I went through all my other slides, I think it gives you a really good idea of why people want to live here so badly. But I do think that is a public health issue that we need to address. But in the meantime, I guess at least we know we have spas that we can go to that are incognito. So yeah, that's my spiel. Thanks for listening. Bye.